Okay, so for devotion today, I've got a verse to go over with you, but I'm also going to try and explain something that happened to me yesterday, but I didn't fully understand the magnitude of it until this morning, and you'll get what I mean here in just a second. But I'm going to read Exodus chapter 15, verse 26. It starts with part of 25, and it says, "There the Lord made a decree and a law for them, and there he tested them." In verse 26, he said, "If you listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his eyes, if you pay attention to his commands and keep all his decrees, I will not bring on you any of the diseases I brought on the Egyptians." And here's the key part here. "For I am the Lord who heals you." The Israelites had come out of, Egypt, and they were in the desert, and they were having issues and stuff. And Christ, or God the Father, put on all kinds of plagues on the Egyptians. And it didn't bother the Jewish people or the Israelites because God was with them. And that they, he's basically saying them, if you listen carefully to the voice of the Lord, you do what is right in his eyes and pay attention to his commands and keep all his decrees, then I will keep you from getting those diseases. The kicker is where he says, "For I am the Lord who heals you." Yesterday, I had an incident which was, in the grand scheme of my day, was no big deal. Okay, and let me just tell you what happened. I was getting things set up for Wednesday night. We have a meal that we do here every Wednesday night. And I was just setting up the tables, one table, and chairs to go around the table. And one of the chairs was lodged in, on the rack where we keep them. It was lodged, and it was stuck. And I couldn't get it out. I mean, it was really giving me a hard time. So finally, I just picked both of them up. They were stuck together, so both of them came up at the same time. Well, when I finally pulled the one apart, the other one absolutely just fell on my foot. Literally, I'm trying not to look so terrible here. Right here on the bridge, I guess is what you would call this, of my foot. And it hurt. And it hurt bad. And I stood there for a second. I was like, okay, I'm not going to cry. It won't do any good. It's just going to make my sinuses get all messed up. And I just was like, okay, I got to tough it out. I got to be brave. And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm going to have a massive bruise, because that's what I do. I bruise horribly bad. I'm going to have a little bit of a limp. It's going to be pretty sore. And I'm probably going to have a bruise probably into the warmness of spring, because that's how long my bruises usually last with a big drop like that. I mean, that chair hammered down on my foot. Well, long story short, I didn't think much of it, and I just said a simple prayer. I was like, all right, Lord, I don't have time for this. Make it better so I can move on and do what I got to do. And that is honestly how I prayed. That was it. Didn't think about it much. Go through the day, come back for church, do our thing. Last night, I lay down. Isaac was wanting to rub on my feet, which I love. I love it when my boys do stuff like that for me. Didn't hurt. And I was thinking, it's going to hurt. This morning I got up and I looked at my foot, and I'm like, fully expecting there to be a bruise or some kind of after mark or a red mark or something. Nothing. Nothing on this foot. Right here is where it happened. I don't have a bruise. Nothing. There is nothing there. That may not be a big deal to you, but to me, that just tells me that God is into the small details of our lives every day. I should have a ginormous bruise there. I should have a limp. I should be sore. I should be in pain. There's not even any inkling of pain there. If you will trust in Him If you will just put your trust in him, even the little stuff that you think is no big deal, he'll take care of. I'm never going to look at that foot the same. I'm just so thankful today that it mattered to him, and he, again, proved to me how incredibly awesome he really is. And he'll do the same for you if you just will listen to him, obey him, and keep his commands. He is the Lord that heals you.